Sadly, I think the word means death to a lot of people.
Death.
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 Dying.
Loss.
Pain.
Scared.
Scary.
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 Fear.
Fear.
Tough.
Murder.
It's horrible.
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 Vile.
Torture.
Sadness.
Devastating.
Grandparents. My mum also had cervical cancer when I was a child. Here we go with the crying. So, yeah, it's something that I feel really strongly about and I really want to be involved and help support.
So about 3 years ago I lost my sister-in-law, so it's my husband's brother's wife. She's 42.
We're coming up a couple of weeks. My mum will have died 12 months ago. She had pancreatic cancer, and that's real difficult. So, yeah, the anniversary for a year is soon.
My nan had breast cancer, which she used to take the covering off and nurse it and clean it herself, and I mean it's very brutal.
Nicole had it. She had cervical cancer after we had Theodore.
The only obvious time that it's affected my life is when I was diagnosed. When I was diagnosed with cancer, it was all a very new experience because, like I said, I hadn't known anybody have cancer before.
That was probably the worst day of my life. I'm still struggling today.
That was probably one of the scariest things I've went through just for a few days.
I saw my friends struggling and it did affect me like emotionally, and it is horrible when you can't do nothing to stop it as much as you want. So I think emotionally I think it's for everyone, you know, it's devastated, you know, when you have to see your friends or family that they can't be saved, it's heartbreaking.
I didn't listen to anything other than the word cancer, and as soon as you hear it, your entire body vibrates with complete shock and utter despair.
Yeah, and it's quite a shock because you don't know what's going to happen, so yeah, sorry.
You always just think to yourself, oh, you know, couldn't happen to me or affect my life, but it always, you know, if you speak to anyone, literally nearly everyone, you know, has been affected by it in some way.
I had a bit of a scare as well, not long ago, so I didn't really think about myself because I'm one of these that I'm not afraid to die. It's just what you leave behind and the aftermath, really, so that was what was worrying me more.
I've had abnormal cells show up on my smear test twice. Luckily there's never been anything further with those, but it's very worrying, obviously, with having a history of it in our family.
You know, obviously it hits you hard, and there's not a lot you can say about it, is there? Gutted. So you can't replace, but that's it, isn't it? Once they're gone, they're gone. So I think it's heartbreaking, isn't it?
You know, and there's problems with this, problems with that, and we moan about loads of things. And then when you see the little kids at 3, 4, 5 years old and they struggle every day, and you just think, do you know, we're sitting here moaning about nothing, do you know what I mean? And them kids don't have any life, do they? But what they have of their life, they enjoy, you know?
She left behind 2 children.
I had a very young baby at home and I was holding him at the time, and I can remember just feeling like I was going to die.
That hits home how it doesn't discriminate on anybody, it just takes it.
You have a massive gap, obviously, in the family or your friend circle, especially if it's, you know, someone that's close to you.
I just don't think, like, if you lose someone, it's hard enough to see them slowly die. It's really hard.
Helpless. Like, there was nothing that I could actually do to help them, even though I really wanted to.
I had to continue on as I run my own business. I customers and responsibilities, I still had to keep going, and I was dying inside.
Tears away little parts of you that you think you can recover from, but you're not. I don't think that they can actually be recovered or mended or repaired. I think that they're scars, really deep, deep, deep scars.
It's difficult to explain. It's like a mixture of emotions. I felt empty at first. Both cases were very, very quick, so you didn't even have time to adjust or realise, and the next thing you know, they're gone.
You sort of start to put things into perspective and sort of find out what's important. Do you know what I mean?
Once you've been diagnosed with cancer, you've got it for life. Whether you've physically got it or you've mentally got it, it's always there. It doesn't just eat away at your body, it eats away at your brain. It's disgusting disease.
I think it makes you look at life differently and makes you appreciate what you have more, and not to look at other people thinking you want to have what they have all the time, just to be grateful for what you have and that you have your health.
It was awful, yeah, awful, and you feel a bit robbed, like maybe they should have had more time.
I just think it's such a horrible disease, and to see people that low, it's just hard.
Time's a good healer, and sometimes, when people die from cancer, you often don't remember that part of the person. You remember everything that was good about the person.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, yeah. Really tough. Hard work to get through. Yeah. Just being strong, just being positive, and just working through it, and just not thinking of the negatives, trying to think of the positives, and just battle and work. The only thing you can do, what will be, will be. You just got to work with what you've got. That's what we did.
Life's too short to be worried about getting naked in front of cameras, anything like trivial like that, because you just don't know how long you've got left.
I then made the choice to take a step back from work and enjoy the kids, enjoy my nephews, be there for them, get them through that hard time. It makes you appreciate everything so much more. Your kids, you want to enjoy watching them grow up. It's not all about work and earning money. Time's precious.
Probably not as often as I should do.
It can just be when you're having fun with your husband or your wife, it can just be something that you just make part of your routine that way.
I do, regularly.
I do check myself, probably not as regularly as I should. Probably not as well as I should.
Normally after I've had a bath or a shower, I always moisturise, so while I'm doing that, I'll feel if there's anything different that isn't normally there.
I guess I do, yeah. It's normally sort of like have a shower or whatever. Yeah, just check myself quickly, just to make sure.
I do, just generally sort of, I'm in the shower, I'm back bathing in the shower.
In the bath I just have to do quick play, I should do, but if you spot anything unusual, get it checked out.
I tend to check the testicles more so, but certainly, so after today I'll be checking a lot more.
I'm a bit of a chicken, I have to be honest, I am a chicken. I will check myself, but not as often as I should, because I don't want to find that. But stupidly, I know that if I find it early enough, it can be dealt with, but it's that sick feeling of actually finding something that, it just scares me. But yeah, I do check, but just probably need to check more.
Probably not as much as I should do, but obviously lie down flat, arm above your head, and with your other hand check my breast.
I check myself in the shower for lumps and bumps.
Now, actually, I do check my balls. So I just tap them and I feel see something, but this is it.
Just show me.
I'll say leave us alone.
Make it quick.
Go away off for cancer, we don't want you.
Sort of. Fuck you, cancer.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Disappear forever. Bloody cancer.
It's your turn to die.
I'm due for one right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
I am.
I am.
Yes.
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 Banish all the diseases so no one can be sick ever.
Spot something unusual, get it checked out. What's the harm? You might save your life.
You know, and to have the awareness that, you know, cancer is a very cruel disease, you know, so.
If it saves somebody's life or helps to save somebody's life or raises awareness for a family that might not have, you know, had any success in the past, then, you know, so be it. That's reward enough.